Welcome back, guys, to another issue of Grimmworks Comic Corner, issue 8. Issue 8. I'm Tony, and I'm here with
Roman.
Let's get to the floppies of the week.
Let's get to the floppies. This is what BPRD Devil You Know #1.
It's Hellboy without Hellboy.
Yeah, BPRD is the Bureau for Paranormal Research and I want to say Research and Development, but I'm not too sure if that's right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because regular R&D is Research and Development, but I don't know if the D stands for like Detective Agency or something.
Anyways, if you like Hellboy, everybody has a fire chick. It has
yeah. If you read a little bit of the like what was going on, like the I guess the previously page, because there was like a whole page which was just like supposed to be like a case debriefing.
Oh yeah, that long ass word text. I was like,
but
dang.
Next to it, where they were showing you where the writers are and everything. Yeah. Apparently, the BPRD has lost like a whole bunch of members. Yeah, like they've been killed.
Well, I know that Hellboy's adopted dead. The dude who started, he's gone too.
Yeah, he's been gone for a long time.
And Hellboy's gone too.
Yeah, Hellboy's in hell.
So they were all like, what do we do? I mean, there's still fucking demons and shit to be out there.
Yeah, I forget Liz. Liz is in this comic book, and she's kind of like one of the main focal points. She has like a new boyfriend. Again, I don't know when this happened because I haven't read Hellboy in a long time.
I read Hellboy when they're trying to bring him back.
I read Hellboy in Hell. That was the last thing that I remember. But if I remember correctly, Hellboy in Hell is supposed to be a 12-issue series, and then the first 6 came out, and then after that, like they took like literally like a year and a half off. Like, and then I heard it was coming back. Never picked it up. I
guess it's like they don't know how to bring them back kind of style.
Maybe Mike Mignola is really picky about Hellboy in particular. BPRD he plots for, and there's another writer on this one. I didn't get his or her name, but it has a different art style than what Mignola usually does.
It reminded me of the Gorillas.
Yeah, it's weird. It's heavily inked. If you like heavy inked kind of thing, like real thick black lines on a lot of stuff, you'll like the look of this comic.
It was good, but for an issue 1, I was lost.
Yeah, and I was kind of explaining this.
I was like, what?
I know I was telling you before we actually started rolling was that BPRD is a bunch of mini-series that connect to each other. So they're like 5-issue mini-series.
It's one of those, if you're a fan, you're a fan.
Yeah, exactly. And I've always been a fan. It's just, it's kind of hard to get into BPRD. And Hellboy, I've been wanting to start from the beginning again. But I want those beautiful library editions. Those big, oversized hardcovers. If you've ever seen them, they're beautiful. And honestly, you should pick them up for whatever you get them, because they're like, I think $40 regular or $50 regular, but you should definitely pick them up. See,
I know Hellboy. In and out.
Yeah.
We were talking about it, like how he slayed the dragon to die and all this shit, how he met his father. I know Liz just to be his fire telekinesis girlfriend. Then you have the Abraham, the water dude.
Yeah.
And then you have whatever sidekick they gave Hellboy, which was just a regular human, which I think the original one got killed.
No. There's no necessarily like psychic,
but you know how the BBRD kind of gives him a watcher style, keep him checking shit. Yeah. It's a human, and I know he became like real close friends with him, and I know in one of the issues they killed him.
Yeah, I know that
the original the best friend, and then they started giving him like another dude, and it's like. Yeah, and
he goes through quite a few. Actually, they're kind of expendable.
Other than that, that's Hellboy world for me. That's it.
It's just Hellboy centric. That's it. And
I picked up this cover because to me, I haven't read since the Hellboy whatever is trying to come back.
Yeah.
To me, the cover looked like Hellboy was human.
That's what I thought.
Like if you were to give Hellboy a human body, that's exactly how it would look. I was like, man. Plus, the art reminded me of the Gorillas, and I like the Gorillas, so I was like, I'm just gonna give this a chance. It's a good read, but if you don't know who that character is, you're lost.
Yeah, it's weird because there's like no one real special except for Liz. Yeah. Like Liz is the only one that you can remember from the Hellboy series. Other than that, everybody's kind of new, and you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, they were focusing on the soldiers, like the regular platoon soldiers or whatever it is. I was like, why are they so focused on it? Are they like important to the agency?
Yeah.
Again, really good story. It gets you like in the fields and shit, but you don't know who they are, so you can't be like, oh man, I can't believe they did that. It was like, oh, okay, shit happened, and like I said, good read, weird, but lost.
Yeah, it's a good read, and it's just like it's minimally interesting enough to get you to pick up issue 2. You know there's no real big reveal at the end, so you don't know what the hell's going on.
It's like I said, it's like it feels like it's mid like series, but it's an issue 1.
Yeah, but I mean it's cool. The things that they're fighting in here are actually pretty cool. I like them. They remind me of Warhammer, the Warhammer 40k stuff. I don't know if you ever saw the Tyranids.
Oh yeah.
The bugs. They kind of look. They look like the xenomorphs from Alien. They're kind of reminiscent of that, and that's why I kind of liked it. But yeah, I'm at least interested to pick up issue 2.
The art's good and everything, and just man, if you guys know who that human Hellboy looking dude is, tell us in the comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments. 'Cause me and him do not know.
Give us a little summary of what's going down in the Hellboy one. But that's enough for this issue. Pick it up. It's a good read. You'll be lost. We'll get into I like this one.
Yeah, it was okay.
I don't know, we picked up the issue before this.
Yes.
And it was interesting, so I bought it again.
Yeah.
It was a good read. I like what they're doing, because for a while we've had this conversation where I think all Robins are fucking crap. And turns out that the Teen Titans thinks he's entitled brat.
Yeah.
That just because he wants an army instead of a team. And there's one panel in here where Beast Boy's trying to fight him. He's like, nah, you know, you're making members quit and you're just firing people. He's like, you shouldn't be leader. He wants Starfire to be leader. Yeah. But there is a one that he goes, you can't tell us what to do. You're supposed to bring us united. Yeah. He's like, a team's supposed to be united. You want something that we're not. And fucking Robin's like, we don't need no help. And he's like, but you do need help because you're over your head. Yeah. But he has that Batman pride. It's like, I could do it. Yeah. It's like, no, you ain't your daddy, boy.
But that's the whole thing. There's like even a conversation
that's what
between,
makes it a good story.
Yeah, it's the whole thing between Batman. I mean, Robin's unsure of his leadership position, and he even asks like, Batman is like, how do you deal with the Justice League? Like, how do you lead them, and how do you make them unified and a cohesive team? And he's just like, first of all, and he starts telling just what to do, not really explaining what he should do, just telling them what to do.
He doesn't give advice. He gives commands.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's Batman. That's just what he is.
And the Court Damon's like, you don't tell me what to do. It's like, exactly. Then why ask for help?
Exactly. But the whole thing with Black Manta and Aqualad.
Oh yeah, the focus on the comic.
Which that is like.
Well, it was a really good story. Well, I like pirates. Everybody knows I like pirates. And they're giving me a pirate story, and it's good too. It's like pirates meets Atlantis meets magic. Yeah. And I was like, hell yeah! There's buried treasure. There's whole fucking forbidden things, and there's maps and everything. But I was so focused on the let's hate Robin because he's a piece of shit. I was like, let's focus on that. But the whole Manta and his son and his ex-baby mama. Yeah. Well, his baby mama. Yeah, his baby mama. Still living. So it's a good story. Like I said, pirates, and it has everything. It has treasures and maps and magic and everything.
Yeah, I mean it's not that it's a bad comic book. It's just that there's maybe a little bit like wonky writing for me. Like it's not as well written as some other comics, but it's still a decent comic. It's still.
I can see that because it jumps, right?
Yeah,
it jumps so much.
It jumps too much, but that's kind of the whole thing with a team book. Yeah. Is that there's a lot of different plot lines that you're trying, or a lot of the different lines for the plot that you're trying to weave in, you can only give them like 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, I like what I say is they're trying to give you this main story, which is the Black Manta that requires the team's help, but the team is breaking down. And they're trying to find out who the real leader is and how to control. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I mean that's the good thing about Teen Titans. That's the thing that Teen Titans has always been about. It's drama. So there's always these different, all these different stories within it that you can find the one that you like and hope that they kind of expand on it.
Yeah, I want to keep reading this series. It's good. It's real good.
It seems decent. I had my reserves for a little bit. I was like, Teen Titans, I'm not too sure. But after reading a couple issues,
it's following like the animated stuff, like the Young Justice and the good Teen Titans.
Yeah,
I was like, I like it because they're even referring to everything. Like if you read anything that has the Titans or Robin, it kind of just dealing with it.
Yeah,
like the whole Deathstroke stuff and the whole Superboy, whatever the hell his name is. I was like, okay, they touched up on it, so it's like it's canon.
Yeah,
it's a canon story. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's a good read. It's not the best read. It's not my pick of the week, but it is a fairly decent read.
There's enough Robin hate in there to keep me just like, here's my money. Keep shooting on Robin.
There's enough Black Manta because I just like Black Manta.
Yeah, he's a weird one.
Yeah, I've always liked Black Manta, mainly because of Aquaman and the way Jeff Johns wrote him.
Because he's human, right? He has no powers.
He has no powers.
He's just
he's a treasure hunter, basically. Yeah, that's all he is. Yeah. But
you're getting a backstory in the Black Manta on this.
Yeah, and you're getting a lot of backstory with Aqualad and like the father-son relationship that never was and what the hell is going on.
You're getting that character death.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'd say pick it up.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good read. Titan book's always good. Now let's get to another real good one. Not pick of the week there because it's a little. It's there, but it's good.
It's there, but one of the things that I noticed about this comic is the ending is kind of out of left field. It really is.
For I don't read Superman.
Yeah,
I bought this. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Train of thought. I was at the store.
I
saw it because like each week we make a list, right? And one of us goes to a comic shop and picks them up. So we could get ready for the week and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
It was a weird week for comics. Everything's like midway. They don't even know where the summer events are going and whatever.
Yeah.
So we're trying to give you whatever we think is best. We don't want to cover like, issue 1 because they had that Power Rangers whatever.
Yeah, they had like a whole bunch of Power Rangers.
And they had fucking Venomverse let me down too, and I was like, so you know what? Knowing that those titles are gonna let us down, kind of, I usually spread around and be like, let's see what's up.
Yeah.
And I was like, we read Action Comics, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, it's gonna be another action pack. Here comes part 2 of the fight and shit. And it wasn't that.
Yeah, it's not so much a fighty issue. There's a goal that Zod had from the very beginning.
True. Which was good. It's good. It's really, really good.
It's a good plot twist. You see that Zod is literally the anti-Superman.
Yep.
He's Superman. Superman's powers. Doesn't have any of his ideals. Doesn't care about
Boy Scout.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the interesting is a little out of left field just because I didn't know what was going on particularly in Action Comics beforehand.
Yeah, we started off the fight.
Yeah, exactly. But it does wrap it up in a way that's going to continue, and that's what I'm excited about for the next few issues.
Yeah,
because the ending is so kind of I wouldn't say a letdown. It's just so anticlimactic. But there's just a little hope in what Zod is saying that's going to continue a story later on.
If you guys read the last issue, you guys know that Team Zod was versus Team Supers. Right? They got trapped in a Phantom Zone.
Yes.
So you thought it was going to be more fighting, right? So in this one, of course, and then you had Superman with that whole blindness, weakness, and stuff like that. So...
Which apparently, if you go into the Phantom Zone and you're blind, you get cured of that.
It's supposed because they explain it. In the Phantom Zone, there's a way to keep living forever, so they have to heal you, I guess.
The whole thing with the Phantom Zone, if I remember correctly, like before this, I don't know if it's still this way, but basically the Phantom Zone makes you a phantom. Like the longer you stay in there, the longer you lose your memories of being outside of the Phantom Zone, and you start losing like your physical body.
Yeah. So the whole premise of the last issue is like, oh, we're gonna go to the Phantom Zone. We're gonna get you Zod's army, and you get an army, but not the one you think.
Yeah, it's it's a
good little plot.
It's a small army.
We had this plan of talking about it, but if we talk about it, you're gonna spoil the whole.
Yeah, it really does.
Even with the spoilers and stuff, you're like, oh, okay.
I'd much rather you read the comic.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Especially if you can go to a website and like see where this arc started, like how many issues back it was, because that's what I'm going to do because I want to read it. Honestly, I'm gonna start picking up.
It shows you the character is all like people are just tools to him.
Yeah,
even if they promise the the great glory or whatever.
Another thing is the art is actually really good.
Right? I mean I don't follow Superman comics, but the art was really good.
Yeah, the art is actually pretty damn good. I like it a lot, honestly. The way he draws Superman and Zod, especially the way he draws Mongrel. I like the way he gives him kind of a more boxy shape, but
which that panel with Mongrel was like, really?
Yeah,
just like that.
Hey man, Zod's the man. All right, we'll spoil that.
No, I mean
because you know what? It's not a big thing, but it's a funny thing.
It is a funny thing. It goes back to my point of Zod uses people as tools. So everything's being questioned and shit, and Mongrel's like, really gonna do that? And Zod goes, well, you wanted a new universe control, shit like that.
Yeah, he wants like another battle planet, basically, where he can just fight everybody.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna give it to you. And he just uppercuts him.
Yeah, isn't that fucking?
He uppercuts him all the way to the fucking space.
Yeah, basically.
And he's like, he just uppercuts him space, like, go fetch your planet now. I was like,
yeah, and then Mongrel has like a shitty line where it's just like, I'll come back for you, Zod. It's just,
I don't understand. Can he not move in space?
I mean, it's zero gravity, so
he's just floating around until he actually lands into a planet.
Superman and Kryptonian's gonna fly, so that's why they can like move through space. Mongrel can apparently breathe in the atmosphere.
Well, I mean, he's alien, right?
Yeah, but can't do anything. He has no propulsion.
Yeah, so he's just there floating in space, being like, "I'm coming get you, son." Like
he'll land on like a planet and it'll be full of Green Lanterns or something. Because honestly, that's part of, like, if you've never read the Green Lanterns where Mongrel becomes part of the Sinestro Corps, you're fucking missing out. Yeah, it's great. That's where I learned to like Mongrel. And he was kind of shit.
Yeah, but he's a fucking brute. He's just like one uppercut. I was like, man, really?
Hey, well, I mean, he got bitched out in Infinite Crisis. So you remember that one?
Yeah.
I mean, he just gets beat up. That's his whole thing.
Then they got me at the end. Like, okay, the ending, the we're not gonna spoil the ending, but they give you the name of the issue that's coming up.
Yeah.
And it says Lex Luthor's Last Stand.
Yeah, which is cool.
And I was like Lex is not really in this comic. What happened?
That's the whole thing. Is like he was part of the Justice League for a while, so let's see.
They got me in. I'm a sucker. I want to.
I'm telling you, Action Comics, baby, Superman. He's a good character. You just got to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance. People, give him a chance.
You know what? This comic I like, except for fucking Superman. Superman, the whole comic is a little bitch.
I mean, he was blind. He didn't know what to do.
he's like, alright, get over it. Stop bitching. His fucking.
Well, what are you talking about?
Lois is like a stronger character. He's like.
Lois is the red hot blooded American human.
Yeah, but she's like, she has this fucking cojones to do something.
But that's always been the dynamic. Like, Lois has always been the go-getter.
Well, like I said, I haven't read much Superman comics. He seemed like a little bitch.
That's what Superman loves about Lois Lane. He's just like, you're literally like, what a human being. Like, you're the embodiment of all humans.
Hot, sexy female?
You're just, not even that.
Oh, okay,
mentality. Like, you're like, fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you up, and I'm gonna do what I want.
She has that reporter mentality.
Yeah,
for anything for the story.
Yeah, and Superman.
So Superman to me still seems like a bitch. But then again, I think of that about everybody in DC heroes. I don't like mostly not all the heroes seem like little bitches. Yeah, like Batman and shit. But
I don't know what you want. Like I don't know what you like in comics. I know you like Punisher, and she's right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I like Shazam because he has an internal struggle. Like he wants.
But they all kind of have their own.
Superman doesn't. Superman's always been that constant Boy Scout.
No, they do have their own internal struggles because the thing is that Superman is more like the ultimate immigrant. Like he's
true, but you know where it's gonna go. I mean,
but that's every hero.
They don't break Superman.
Yeah,
they don't break. Even though when he died, he came back. He's like,
no, he's dead again. Come on.
No, I know, but he's like, I'm back, and I'm gonna continue being this.
No, that's not the Superman that we have in these comics. Is not our Superman. Like the Superman that we know from the New 52. That's not the Superman that's in Action Comics.
This is another Superman.
This is another Superman.
So this is not canon to the Superman that we Superman.
Because what happened with Rebirth is this Superman with his family is apparently the original Superman that we knew.
Yeah, the one that died and came back.
Yeah, the one for the 90s.
Yeah, that's our Superman.
Yes.
He died, he came back and been a little fucking Boy Scout still.
I mean, but he's never changed. I was always
exactly.
him.
Even he died, he never changed. That was the point I'm saying, that no matter what
he did change. It's just you never read the comics where he did change.
Yes.
Because when he came back, he was in the blue suit and he was like full of electricity and he became the red Superman. So I mean, he has different arcs. It's just, again, you never read Superman.
They're not good.
Apparently, they got you. They got you without you.
The villains got me.
But it doesn't matter. It's Superman's villain.
Have you read another arc where all the pack of evil comes together? The Legion of Bad Superman.
What is it? The Injustice Society.
Whatever the hell it is. Like I said, I'm looking for team stuff.
Yeah.
I like a group of bad guys versus a group of good guys, and I was like, okay.
I'm just saying.
Like Superman, like
what I'm telling you.
All right, I'm gonna put it to you this way.
He's a Superman fan and doesn't know it.
The way I'm gonna put it to you this way: you take out Superman out of that, I would still read it and be like, damn, that's good.
But it wouldn't be as good because Superman's not there. Superman has to be there because it's in a yin and a yang.
I'm telling you, it's about Lois and the kid.
You can't have the yin. You can't have the yin without the yang. You can't have the yang without the yin.
They could beat up Supergirl and be like, okay. It's Lois in the sun. I'm not gonna spoil it.
How much are they?
I think I'm ready for Zod. I like the anti-Superman.
Yeah, you're always a fan of villains. Villains always keep you there because if the villain's good, you want to see how they're gonna overcome that villain.
True.
Basically.
Enough talk about this Boy Scout. It's good. Bring it up. It's good. All shit aside, it's good.
It's got him. He loves Superman. He doesn't know it yet. You'll love Superman.
I like the bad guys. Don't listen to him. I like the bad guys.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Right.
Talking about bad guys. Mm-hmm. This was like out of left field.
Yeah,
I got it. I'm gonna tell you why I got it. Mm-hmm. And because I like the blues. I'm a sucker for the fucking blues. Mm-hmm. I'm fucking depressed American like everybody fucking else. So I saw this cover and I was like, huh. Okay.
That's an interesting cover.
And then I'm a sucker for shit that has to deal with heaven and earth. Mm-hmm. The whole is it there, is it not, belief and shit. Mm-hmm. I read a couple pages and like, huh. Alright, but no, I had forgotten about it. Yeah. And I started reading and I was like, oh shit, really? Then I kept reading and I was like, no, you know what? Pick of the week. It has to be pick of the week. And it gives you, it's an indie comic, right?
Yeah,
it has to be.
I've never heard of Scout Comics. I don't know what independent that is. I mean, as far as I know, this is their only comic book. But you know what? I have the internet at my fingers. Let me check it out. You tell the people about it.
So,
because this is your pick of the week.
It is my pick of the week. It's my pick of the week. It's Heavenly Blues. It deals with heaven and earth, heaven and hell. And it starts off fucking amazing too. Like you were thinking it's gonna be like this action-packed comic, because it starts off with some dude dying, which had nothing to do with the comics, and he goes to hell. It's funny too because he thought he was gonna go to heaven. And dropped him to hell, right? And in hell, you found out that it's in this hell, right? It's you're free to do whatever you want. Like, there's other people in hell, but what happens is you get partnered up with someone and they torture you. And it's their job to torture you so much because you're in the crater and they keep fucking with you, and it's your own job to get out of that crater and overcome it, and you get to live in hell. Yeah. It's fucking It's Earth actually, kind of. The story rolls around the 1930s thief, which he had the whole damn, I'm so bad with names, babyface thing where he wanted to be famous being a thief.
Yeah, he had the god damn it, what the fuck's that fucking famous couple?
Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah,
like they were in it for money, but more in it for fame.
Yeah, he wanted to be famous. He wanted to be known as that thief. He wanted to leave his mark on the world as a thief. But you know, shit happens, and he dies, and he's in hell, and he gets partnered with this this 12-year-old little girl who hates being young because she's fucking mean and ruthless and fucking talks like a sailor, which I love. Yeah. And they're there and they're drinking beer, and she's like, and the dudes complain. That's one of the panels. They're like, they're in hell drinking beer. Yeah. And the thief goes, man, I do miss cold beer. And then the little girl's drinking beer, and she's like, well, I died before I could taste what beer is, so you know, fuck you. And that's how literally she says, like, fuck you. And she's drinking. Yeah. But the whole thing is, right, so he thinks he's a famous thief, and for some reason an angel comes down and gives him a what is that called?
He gives him a mission, basically.
No, not a mission, an ultimatum.
Ultimatum? No, ultimatum is you either it's like extremes, like
it is extreme. It is the whole thing is an angel comes down and he goes, I need a thief. I need a thief to steal something from God. Yes. From his fucking secret shit for the archangels. He's like, I heard you guys are the best thieves in hell. Yeah. I'll let you into heaven. You steal. Yeah. If you steal it, guess what? You stay in heaven. You don't. Turns out that purgatory is a prison.
Yeah, I mean that's all.
They don't go back to hell where they're free to do whatever they want. They get stuck in this parallel world with angels and bad guys and good guys. It's
that's the whole prison. Well, that's the whole thing. Is like this thing that they're at. Like everybody thinks of hell as like fire and demons and torture and all that. Their version of hell is basically purgatory, where it's you're trying to kind of work off your deeds, basically, because that's what purgatory is. Your sins. But it's more representative of like Earth. There's actual buildings, like they said, they were at a bar drinking beer, things like that. So it's an interesting take. It's there when they do offer, when he does offer them the chance to get back into heaven. It's interesting just because. What is the angel's real motive here? Yeah, you know, you can tell that something's going on. Yeah, I mean, it can go one of two ways. Either just trying to get something just to trick them, to have fun, basically, or he's tricking them so he can try to... Start like a heaven war. Yeah, like a heaven war, basically. Which, either way, I'm fine with. It's good. I mean, it's... The thing is, though, the main character, which is the dude in the cover, the dirty thief, he's scared of it. Because he goes, well, I'm already in hell. And he says, we have freedom in hell. We do anything to piss off the devil or God, we're going to end up in purgatory, which is a prison. Yeah. The little girl's tired. And he's just like, I want to... Turns out, they explain the thief's like life and how he became and he went to hell. But the little girl has a backstory where she doesn't think she belongs in hell. Yeah. That in the age that she was born in, she did the shit she had to do to survive and end up dying for it. Yeah. And she's like, I don't want to be in hell no more. And he's given the chance to go to heaven, we'll do anything. Yeah. So it gets you thinking, gets you getting interested in these characters and shit. And again, if you like magic, heaven, hell, and the whole questions of morals, that's a good read. You should pick it up. It's a very basic story. It's something that, again, what we were talking about last week, where it's like things that you've seen already, but there's different ways to handle it. Like, you kind of seen this type of story, you know. Bad guys, a good guy offers the bad guys a chance to redeem themselves, which it looks like they're all bad guys. Yeah, exactly, and that's what you see like in movies and stuff like that. So, but the thing is, it's well written. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not fantastic. It's just it's good writing. It's gonna sound corny as fuck, but it reads like a good blues song. Yeah, I can see
you
that.
guys are into the blue shit, you know, like every blue song has a story of like heartache and shit. This reads like that.
Yeah.
It's really fucking good.
So,
and it turns out, hey, bad guys could have a heart of gold. Because the angel was... There's this another panel, real quick.
Yeah.
The angel was laughing at the dudes in hell because they're like, you know, I wouldn't do anything wrong to you because I love you. And I'll keep an eye out for you. And the angel goes, there's love in hell. How ironic.
Yeah.
And he's like, wasted human stuff. I was like, what? But yeah, guys, heaven, hell, heart of gold. Pick it up. It's a really good read. Really good. You'll get interested in the characters. And the art is weird, too.
The art is kind of reminiscent of, like, Mignola. Which is a really weird thing. I
liked it.
We were
I like
talking about
for the story.
Hellboy.
Yeah,
and it kind of has that style. You can tell that they're heavily influenced by that. Because the characters kind of have, like, a weird... kind of angular faces, kind of weird.
Yeah.
And the way that the bubbles are, if you look at Hellboy comics and how their lettering is done and how the word bubbles are placed, it's very reminiscent of that. So you can see that they have a lot of influence from Mignola. That's cool. I like that, and that's part of the reason why it's my kind of runner-up for.
It was good. It came out of left field too, and I was like I said, I was running through the racks, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, and I'm looking at some of the Scout stuff. ScoutComics.com is where you can see it. They have a comic called Elasticator. It looks like a Mr. Plastic kind of thing, but it looks like Mr. Plastic meets Invincible kind of thing.
He's the fucking cover is him in the when you go to prison.
Yeah, it's the mugshot.
There you go.
Then they have something called Fisheye, which caught my eye. Wink, wink. Because it's by Massimo Rossi, which I've heard of, and then the artist is Stefano Cardoselli. And these are two names that I've heard of, and I do like the weird art style that they have.
Oh, that reminds me of the original run of Old Man Logan.
It's really interesting art style, so I might pick up Fisheye.
Like in the back of the comics, you know how to say there's some actually really good fucking titles there that caught my eye. I've never heard of this company.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
But it was really good, guys. Pick it up.
Apparently, they have like Flash Gordon, like pulp comics. They have this one that's really anime inspired called Grimm, which
like Scott Pilgrim style.
No,
oh no, it does look like manga.
It looks like manga. It actually looks pretty cool. It looks like old school manga and anime, which I'm a fan of. So
Cowboy Beat style.
Yeah, so then Heavily in Blues just came out, and then something called Hench Girl.
That Hench Girl looks pretty decent. It's one of the ones I was like, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, so Scout Comics could be a player for us.
Support your indie comics.
They also have apparently licensing deals with A&E, CBS, CNE, Discovery, Disney, Fox, History Channel, Hulu, Lionsgate, Marvel, MGM, NBC, Paramount, Sony, Summit, Universal, and... So
that means all these good stories might end up being shows sometime.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing this as a show. I think it would make a really good show.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Lucifer, so...
Yeah.
And Midnight Texas. If you guys have not watched Midnight Texas, pick it up. Oh, watch it. Watch it. I fell in love with the first episode.
Okay.
But enough of my pick of the week. Let's get down to Roman's pick of the week.
My pick of the week is, of course, wordy and weird. It's Doom Patrol 7.
The art I like. The art reminds me of Umbrella Academy. Yeah,
the art is like Michael Allred kind of stuff. If you know who Michael Allred is, he did Mad Comics, or Madman was his like indie stuff. Really, really cool. Honestly, I just like it. It's an odd story.
It is
just the way that Doom Patrol should.
Yeah, before you tell people why is he pick of the week, I mean, this is how I explain it to Roman.
Right.
Because I was like, hey Roman, you know, comics were weird this week. We already said that.
Yeah.
I go, you might like this. It wasn't top of the list, but it was good. I go, you like wordy Scooby Doo comics?
Yeah.
It reads like that. It reads like, you know how we want to watch like dumb like TV put on like episodes of Scooby Doo. Like from beginning to end, you have everything.
Yeah. I love Scooby Doo.
And the art reminded me of, I don't know why it reminded me of Scooby Doo, and I was like, okay. It was wordy. I saw, and that's one of the reasons it kept like thing. But the story's good, but like I said, comics that are wordy just put me asleep.
Yeah, it's very pop art. The pop art panels. I mean, it's exactly what Doom Patrol should be. Doom Patrol is, of course, the what was their catchline? The craziest superheroes, or like the weirdest superheroes, something like that.
It's the oddball of superheroes.
Pretty much. If you know any of the Doom Patrol characters, they're pretty much in here. It's a one-shot just because the guy that kind of made all the Doom Patrol and had these different experiments comes back, the chief, and he, if you don't know this is pretty well known, that he's a gambler, like an excessive gambler. So this whole issue is him trying to square away his debt and trying to get the Doom Patrol back. Doom Patrol doesn't like it, and there's little nuggets in there that are going to lead to a full story. This is kind of a one-off story that's setting up the next arc. It's an in-between issue.
Wordy or not, it was good.
Wordy, I mean, that's what a Doom Patrol comic is. I mean, since Grant Morrison had written it in the 90s, and Gerard Way, who's the singer of My Chemical Romance, if you didn't know, he was actually Grant Morrison's assistant.
Oh, that dude has some stories.
Yeah. If you don't know, I think he had like a 2-part interview with Kevin Smith.
Yeah, he did. Where you? Well, he has several, because him and Kevin Smith are like homies and shit. But if you, the Fat Man on Batman podcast, where he's trying to explain his young animal stuff that he's doing for DC, he goes, weren't you the assistant to Grant Morrison? He's like, dude.
Yeah.
That dude, he's like, you think I'm like weird and stuff? Whew, he had me beat. He starts saying some stories to this guy. So, shout out to Kevin Smith. Like, you're kind of the reason we do this stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
that boy that loves comics and gets paid to do it, I want to be you.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of your podcasts because I enjoy them.
True. But watch your movies, even though Tusk kind of out there, and Canadian sausage Nazis were little, I haven't seen that one. No, I've seen
Tusk I like just because I like the actual Tusk costume. It's just so fucked up. The ending is kind of weird, but I did like the costume. The costume was really cool.
And I like that he brought his daughter to fame.
Yeah.
Him and Johnny Depp's daughter.
Apparently there's a lot going on there, but either way, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this Doom Patrol. It is a very wordy, so if you don't like wordy comics, don't pick it up. If you don't like pop art, don't pick it up. But if you do like those things, and you do like reading stories that aren't necessarily
cohesive in canon,
not necessarily cohesive,
it's a one shot. This is what it is. It's a one shot leading to something big.
Yes. I actually had moments where I was laughing because there's such weird things that are in there.
Oddboss though. It's an oddball comic.
There's things called scants that feed on bad memories, or not bad memories, bad ideas, which I thought was fucking hilarious. So yeah, it's my pick of the week just because I like weird shit.
It is. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. And it reminds me again, because I've watched so many goddamn cartoons. There was Teen Titans arc where Beast Boy was part of the Doom Patrol, and they're trying to get him back. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. He's like, hey man, teams kind of come back together, we kind of need you. So that's what it reads. Yeah, I was like, oh okay. I mean, I know who Doom Patrol is and shit. But I don't really know the characters like that, like where I could shit on them. Yeah, but it was good. It's good.
I actually have to finish Grant Morrison's run because there's like 7 graphic novels that Grant Morrison did for Doom Patrol. Yeah, or like 7 graphic novels worth, and I only have like 2 or 3 that I've read. He created it, right? No, these were like characters from the 60s. Like they were around the time of X-Men. That's why like them and X-Men are kind of like compared a lot, because X-Men are odd superheroes. These are odder because they don't have like a.
Because I don't. Grant Morrison's the only dude other than My Chemical Romance. He's the only one that I know of Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I think
they're like the big names that carried those names. Because after he stopped writing, it kind of just died down.
Yeah, I think after him, it might have been Brian K. Vaughan. I'm not too sure. There was a lot of writers for Doom Patrol, actually.
But then you don't hear like Doom Patrol being popular again
until he picks it up again. Yeah, I mean, it's a name that really gets people going. So yeah.
Yeah, but you can't just names not alone. It's a good story. It's well written. It's quirky. It's weird. It's odd. It's like reading a circus in the form of a comic.
Yeah.
You have all these characters that, why are they together, but they work.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of circus, they have a little drawing in the back of Flex Mentallo. And Flex Mentallo is a Grant Morrison character. And he's like a circus strongman.
Yeah.
That goes through different dimensions. It's fucking, I like that.
Just pick it up, guys. Yeah. You'll find it weird and be like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
But enough of the floppies. That was our pick for last week.
Yep.
And we're going to get to the trade back.
Yes.
This one was a little weird. I've heard so much good things about it, and they're like, yeah, you should pick it up as a good trade back and stuff like that. This made me realize two things. A, I like weird art. And B, I'm not much of a sci-fi guy.
Yeah, sci-fi is
I'm not much of a whole science, space, interdimension.
You're magic.
I'm magic. Yeah. I'm a give me elves and fucking witches and warlocks. The sci-fi stuff kind of just.
I've never really like they always say like, oh, you're either a sci-fi or fantasy guy, and I'm pretty much in the middle. I like both.
See, I thought about that. I thought I was that. I thought I was middle.
Yeah.
And so you start reading more sci-fi stuff, and you're like, I really don't care.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I tend to lean towards sci-fi.
And then you have the nerd conversation. I know everybody has these nerd conversations, like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter, or Star Trek. And I usually go Star Wars, Star Trek. Fuck out of here. That shit's garbage.
I like Star Trek. I don't I hate Star Wars.
And I thought I was in the middle because I always said fuck Lord of the Rings too. And so I watched Harry Potter. I was like, Harry Potter's number one. Let's go. I
mean, I haven't seen all of Harry Potter. Honestly, I've only seen the first one and the third one, and like part of the last one. But I've been all over the place with that. But yeah, I mean, I'm truly in the middle. Like,
I mean, I started watching like favorite movies like Willow. Willow's like fucking magic.
Yeah.
Constantine, magic.
Yeah.
What else? The fucking Legend. It was magic. It was like Harry Potter and all these, even the Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so guess what? The balance just went this way.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for a good story, I would have done this trade back out.
Yeah.
The story gets me. We forgot to introduce a trade back. It's Black Science.
Yeah, Black Science. It's written by Rick Remender. It's drawn by Matteo Scalera.
We Mexican around here. We know how to say Mateo.
And my favorite colorist in the game, Dean White. He uses a lot of purples, a lot of blues, a lot of greens.
Like I said, oddball art, but it's really good.
Yeah.
It makes the weird monsters they're fighting seem like actual creatures. They have like they're in this comic. They're fighting like
frogmen.
It reminds me of a Creature of the Black Lagoon style. I was like, okay, I'm a fan of the classic monsters. So I was like, okay,
he's my favorite monster.
Like I said, the whole. Oh, let's explain it real quick. It's about a dude who wants recognition for being a scientist, but he wants to push the limits of science.
Yes.
And he creates something called the Pillars. And the Pillars, turns out, they're keys to travel into interdimensions or multiverses. They call it Endverse in here, the Foreververse or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest with you, even though I just read it. I'm kind of bad with that kind of stuff.
I'm bad with names to begin with. But it's travel to different universes.
Yeah, basically.
Right? And in order to do that, he has to tap into something called Black Science, which is forbidden. I'm guessing that's why they call it Black Science. Yeah. You know? But he taps into it. But as you're reading this book, you find out that he's a piece of shit.
Yes.
That he's a bad husband, a bad father, and fucking bad general. Because he's all about getting recognized. It's all work. Yeah. He taps in something in the fucking laboratory, and it's work. So he finally gets, this thing running, and he drags his family into this shit, which was like, damn, why? Yeah. But he did make a league that I thought was really fucking awesome. Yeah. The Anarchist, the Anarchist League of Scientists? Yeah. Which I was like, that's fucking cool. And then he gets all these fucking crazy scientists that are following him, all these anarchists. I was like, All right.
Basically, they're all mad scientists. They just call them anarchists. And that's a big thing with Rick Remender, his independent stuff. It's all about like the anarchist outsider doing something. Another one of his good ones is Deadly Class, which we might review later. But Black Science is... It's not necessarily like hardcore science fiction. It's just... It has science fiction elements.
I mean, it's based on this dude.
Yes.
You go on a trip, he's realizing that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That the choices in life that he did were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The science fiction and stuff is in the background.
Yes.
Because he fucked with shit he couldn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
He was so headstrong. He was so unprepared that fucking cost him a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So your character development is fucking great in this.
Yeah. By the end of the comic, there's a turning point for the main character. He has kind of a change of heart. It's not much of a spoiler because it happens, I think, in the first issue or second issue. His wife dies.
That's like third page.
Yeah,
that's another thing I did like about the comic. It jumps straight into it.
Yeah, it really does.
It's like
it gives you the backstory later, like him being like a scientist and why they're there. It goes out of order.
It's like a 70s episode of like sci-fi where they're already fighting the monsters, mm-hmm. and you hear the narration like, I got him fucked up. That's how it starts.
Like old school Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, it starts during the midst of fucking running from these creatures and shit, and he's like, oh man, you can hear his like inside his head be like, can't believe it got to this far, shouldn't have fucked up and shit like that. And then you suddenly like page 3, the wife gets like a spear in the face.
Yeah,
he was about to embrace her and be like, I'm sorry, and like, I was like,
yeah, Frogman forever, bro. But yeah, it's a very interesting comic. You can't say much about it because it spoils a lot of shit. It's a very simple comic.
It is. It's character development big.
Yes.
It revolves around this one dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking ending is like, what?
Yeah, the ending is real fucked up. Where it's just like, you're just gonna do that. Think. I'm not saying it's Game of Thrones. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying it's
Game of Thrones.
it has those kinds of don't get attached to certain characters.
Shock value. Yeah, you understand. You're like, nobody's safe. Stuff.
Yeah, but it is a really good comic. I think it's the first 5 issues. I think for this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Trade backs usually
6. This one's 6. But yeah, Matteo Scalara's work. Matteo Scalara's actual art is awesome. I like the way that it fits kind of sci-fi because he uses like the characters have really thin arms but like kind of barrel chest and like these really angular faces and like pointy noses. They're kind of weird characters, but it works for this because within the first few pages that they're going to go through these different universes.
You know what it looks like? Have you ever played with those like it used to be like lava lamps, where you could put your finger in and make like a little design.
Yeah.
And like that liquid goo. That's what this art feels like. It feels like the base of it is all ink, like liquid goo, and then from there he starts stretching it out and turns out to make these creatures and humans, and they're different colors, and it's weird.
And Dean White, it gives this book like a certain like color palette that works, like it just works for it, and I hope that it changes when you go to different universes. But he uses, like I said, a lot of purples, and that's weird in comic books because you don't see purple a lot.
It's dark,
but he's using like purples, and he's using like these really like vibrant blues. He's using like these really like rich greens. It's really weird, his color palette.
And of course, it's great writing.
But yeah, Rick Remender is always a good writer. He's written some of my favorite comics: Deadly Class, Fear Agent.
Yeah. So you like sci-fi?
Yeah.
You like Game of Thrones? You like weird character development? You like goofy, crazy, awesome art? Pick it up. It's a good story. It is. You'll be like at the end, you'll be like, man, you throw the book against the wall and be like, why? What? Fuck. But
it leaves you kind of wanting a little more because that ending is so, I wouldn't say fucked up, it's just so like out of nowhere that it's like, well, how is this gonna continue? And you just want to see how
it makes you think. If you don't have time for your family and shit, it'll make you think.
Yeah, I mean,
and all work, no play. It's not a good life.
Nope.
But yeah, pick it up. And that's gonna be the trade back for this week. We're gonna get down to tomorrow's floppies.
Yes, tomorrow's floppies.
I'm just gonna run down that list real quick.
All right, let me put my neck because it's a pretty big list. Okay, Marvel All New Guardians of the Galaxy number 7. There also is going to be a lot of San Diego Comic-Con variants. Yeah, so I'm not going to read those for the list, but if you're interested in looking at those, go to your local friendly comic book shop and see what you can do.
You're going to get all the leftover shit from San Diego.
Yeah, you're going to pay a premium because it's from San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's exclusive.
Yeah, there's nowhere else to get them except for eBay or your comic shop.
But you're still going to pay an arm and a leg.
Either way, so yeah. Either way, all new Guardians of the Galaxy number 7. Let's see, Black Bolt number 4. We have Champions number 11. Darth Vader number 4. We have Generations, Banner, Hulk, and Totally Awesome Hulk. Okay, so Generations is the new thing that's going to happen with DC, where they're going to show you like where they come from and what they're doing now. So
I guess it's going from Bruce Banner to Amethyst Child to I forgot who it is now.
Yeah, honestly, I
had chopped off from the Hulk after a while.
Even though it's a Greg Pak and he's written some of the better Hulk stuff.
Sure, but I think I'll pick it up. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean it's a number 1. We'll see how it goes. Hawkeye number 9.
Dude, Hawkeye was really good for a while.
It was, but now it's written by Kelly Thompson, who I've never heard of. But there is a cool variant that's Marvel's Capcom. So.
Oh, that's what they're doing. There's a lot of MVCI.
Yeah,
Marvel's Capcom.
MCI is what they call it.
They're giving a lot of variants, which is dumb because they're giving you hints of characters that have not been announced.
Yeah,
like they're gonna like one of the variants is gonna be a Thor one.
Okay,
I was like, Thor's not in the game. He hasn't been announced, has he?
He's in the game.
Lady Thor.
Lady Thor, no, but that could just be a costume change. But either way, Hawkeye number 9, Iron Fist number 6, Jessica Jones number 11, Marvel's Thor Ragnarok Prelude number 3, which is part of the MCU, the movies, Nick Fury number 5, let's see, Spider-Man number 19, Spider-Man Deadpool number 20, and then we have Star Wars Rogue One Adaption number 5. True Believers Kirby 100th Anniversary Black Panther number 1, and True Believers Kirby 100th Captain America Lives Again number 1. Unstoppable Wasp, I've never heard of this series, but it's already at 8. Vision Director's Cut number 3, and X-Men Gold number 9.
Not much for Marvel.
Not much for Marvel. DC, it looks like Bane Conquest number 4. Batman number 28, which is continuing the Riddler and Joker thing.
Yeah, it might be the last issue of it, no?
No, I think it's a 5-part maybe.
Is it a 5-part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cyborg number 15. Let's skip over those. DC Comics Bombshells number 32. Deathstroke number 22, which you might want. Ever After from the Pages of Fable number 12. Green Arrow number 28. Green Lanterns number 28. Injustice. Yes, Green Lanterns was the one that had the little Guardian that we were reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Injustice 2 number 7. Justice League number 26. New Gods Special number 1. I'm interested in that because I like New Gods.
Check the Justice League. I heard there's a start of in New York. I think it's this one.
It is. It's a Legacy Part 1. A group of heroes from a post-apocalyptic future escape from the past to stop their world from coming to be.
Is that the one that's the kids' heroes?
Yeah, but it says, but to do it, they're going to need the help of the Justice League, who just happen to be these time travelers' parents.
Yeah! That's the reason I want to pick it. I want to pick that one up. Yeah.
So, we'll look forward to a review next week.
There you go.
Nightwing number 26.
Boo! Fuck that character.
Shut up, you. Savage Things number 6. Shade, the Changing Girl number 11. Suicide Squad. Oh, Suicide's. Huh? They're restarting Suicide Squad?
I guess.
Or is this just like another variant that I'm not...
No, that's the first issue they released.
Okay, so it's just another...
Yeah,
it's just a variant.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's a Michael Turner cover.
That cover looked badass, and I picked that up. Just have the cover.
Yeah, and then Superman number 28 is for DC.
That's your big two.
Mm-hmm.
Now explain what you do with the indies real quick.
With the indies, the list is too goddamn long. So
everybody writes comics.
Yeah. So I've connected them down into things that seem interesting and things that I like or maybe you would like. The
mass reads.
Yeah, exactly. And I left out all the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives because Jesus Christ, there's a lot.
No, well,
either way.
It's a big thing for comics.
We have a little bit of a list. We have, starting off, Amory Wars, Good Apollo number 5. So, Cody comic, I gotta pick it up just because. Ash versus Army of Darkness number 2. Assassin's Creed Uprising number 6. Catalyst Prime Noble number 4. East of West 34. That's a good comic.
It is. East of West is pretty
Elsewhere number 1. And the reason I put this one up here is because this is just odd. They're making things out of anything. Basically, Elseworld number 1 is Amelia Earhart. Really? Yeah. It's what she did when you thought her plane crashed.
Oh, when she went missing?
Yeah. So,
they never found her, did he?
No. Okay. They never found her, but that's just something.
So it's like the Betty Page one?
Pretty much. It might be. I don't know.
Anyways.
Galactic-10. That's a weird name. Galactic-10 number 1. Ghost Station 0 number 1. The reason I put that one on there is because it's from the creator of that Atomic Blonde movie.
I heard it did pretty good.
So, it's his idea. Again, just like Sisters of Sorrow, it was probably an idea and somebody else is going to write it. I'm not saying anything else. That's all I'm saying. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 242. Green Hornet 66 meets Spirit number 2. Hillbilly, number 7. The reason I put that one on there is that is one of my favorite writers. That is Warren Ellis. He's a crazy English bastard.
Yeah, we're talking about him.
Yeah, we were talking about him yesterday.
Ennis is coming to town.
Yeah, because Garth Ennis, which the people always get those confused, and I can see why, because it's fucking... They both have batshit crazy ideas for their comics. Yeah,
because Garth Ennis is the one that writes Boys and Preacher. Yeah. Where Warren is the one that does the war ones.
He does like Transmetropolitan. He recently wrote Moon Knight to restart it with Marvel Now.
Moon Knight. So it was crazy enough to keep going.
Yeah, exactly. And each one looked different, and it was awesome. Yeah. So I put that one in there. Injection number 14. Kiss number 10. I don't know why I put that on there. I actually hate Kiss.
What?
Yeah, Kiss
is good, dude.
Nah.
Yeah. That's gonna be another thing.
That's gonna be another thing that you're not gonna win. Lark's Kill number 1. Lobster Johnson, Mangekio.
Really, that's a name?
Yeah, Lobster Johnson is part of the Hellboy universe.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright. Hey.
Mock Cadet U number 1. Which I think is written by Gregory Peck, who's doing that Generations Hulk. It's kind of like, what is it? The Evangelicon or whatever the fuck? I can't even pronounce
the anime stuff?
Yeah.
Huh.
Evangelion? Evangelion, there you go. Where apparently robots come once a year to Earth and pick up cadets so they can pilot them. Huh. I have no idea what the fuck's going on there. But Robotech number 1.
Robotech is good.
I have a typo here that I should... 7 to Eternity number 8. Sex Criminals number 20. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ongoing number 73. Turok number 1. They're bringing back Turok. And then Walking Dead 170 and Woods 34.
Yeah, I heard that Walking Dead's going to be ending soon.
Yeah. There was a recent interview with Robert Kirkman. He's like... I don't know what to do with The Walking Dead anymore, so it's coming to an end. I don't know exactly when that is, but he's heading to 200.
Well, he was supposed to end it at 100?
He was originally supposed to end it at 50.
50?
50 was supposed to be like the one that was like, oh, he's just gonna end it there, because it kind of leads to an ending.
Yeah.
It seems like Rick's gonna die.
Yeah.
And Carl's just gonna be a little kid left alone. But he continued it, and then they were saying like, oh, 100. It's got to be 100.
Became a phenomenon.
It became a phenomenon, and that's when he started writing the Glenn scene.
He did for money, I guess, right?
Yeah, and then it's continued. For me, it's gotten just... There's only so many stories you can tell, and apparently he's gotten to that point as well.
I mean, well, zombies are dying down. That's it. The zombie era is done. It's done. It was like from late 2000s to whatever we are now. It was overdone. Everything had zombies in it.
Yeah, I'm glad it's dying down, because.
But you know, those last issue arcs are gonna be those must get, because everybody's gonna be cutting. It's like the end of Walking Dead.
It's gonna be the end of Walking Dead, but do not, and I repeat, this is coming from a collector, unless you just really love the comic, don't get like all those variants whenever it ends, because there's very few of them that are gonna be you're getting your money's worth later on.
Yep. Usually the original ones are the ones people actually want.
Yeah, a number one is what you really want, and the number one is ridiculously high right now.
It is.
So
because it became a phenomenon.
When something becomes popular, people want it. Talk about Deadpool. Deadpool, his first appearance was I want to say like $100 issue. And
the X-Men whatever.
Yeah, even with the X-Men thing, it was still like $100 issue. And then
I wanted to get that one, and then they pull everything, and he's like, I want the first issue of Deadpool, and now it's a couple grand, isn't it?
It's at least a $500 comic. You know what? You want to do some little lookings?
I thought last time I saw it was $1,200 on eBay.
You know what? We'll check eBay right now.
Because I was looking for that, and I was looking. I remember one of you guys gave me the first appearance of the Punisher, I think. And I was like, huh.
Let's see. What is it? New Mutants 98.
The first appearance of.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna
$600.
We're gonna filter. We're gonna see what they're worth.
That's the one I saw right there. The top seller.
Okay. Well, it's a near mint. So let's put a grade on near mint. So this is gonna be Swaydified. Now people are asking prices for like 9.8s, which if you
fucking damn
$800 for one. One person is asking for $1,500. Another one is $850.
But those are already graded in box and.
These are already graded, yeah. So
what for that? Whatever's to send it out to.
Let's take away grade, and let's do.
Just issue.
No, there's a specific wording that we have to use because these are already graded. They're the CGC. We'll just put loose.
It's gonna be about $500-$600. Oh, $200. Okay.
This is a very fine. Very fine is like a 5.0, 6.0, or a 6.0, 6.5. They're asking for $225. Another one is $115. If you really wanted to get your money's worth, it's really hard with this book because everybody at this point has it graded, and grading is going to get you the biggest value. So yeah. What was the other one that we were talking about just now? Walking Dead number 1.
Yeah, the Walking Dead number 1.
Let's check out Walking Dead number 1. There's a lot of number 1 variants. All right, this is an 8.0, and it's signed by Robert Kirkman. Signings don't really add value to comics.
Actually, I learned the D value of it.
Yeah, just because most people don't want it signed.
Well, it's because most people want it to go get it signed.
Yeah.
It's weird, but they want to have that picture where they took with the creator, be like, he signed my issue 1. And it's like, alright, whatever.
So people are asking for these. Let's see. One's graded at a 9.6. They're asking $1,700.
Yeah, the Walking Dead is up there. Good thing it's coming to an end.
Yeah, but yeah, So these are some high. What the hell? $3,000 for a 9.8. Okay.
People out there buy whatever they want for their collection.
There's people that have that money and they want it, so...
Hey, you can't hate that. If you guys want to buy all the variants and you have the money for it,
yeah,
go for it. But if you're going to stop eating for a week to get comics you think will be worth something in the future, stick with the originals.
Yeah, you want to do that.
Yeah, buy like 2 or 3 of the originals. Don't go crazy with $15.
And mainly, people don't want variants. They just want the original...
True.
You know, the original artwork for it. So variants tend to be a little more priced. They're a bit weird. Honestly, I've only bought very few variants just because I like the art so much on the cover that I was like, that's a nice piece that I could probably get framed.
True. Or I'm a sucker for Scuddy on our covers. I like chibi stuff.
Yeah.
Give me cutesy and be like, aw, I want it. Like little fucking Hulk smashing like a bowl cereal.
I mean, if you look on the wall, I know they really can't see it, but on the wall,
I have a whole bunch of.
There's some chibi kind of things for.
I'm a sucker. I have a big poster I've been wanting to come out of the Scotty Young when he did the X-Men versus.
The Avengers vs. X-Men. Mm-hmm.
It's big, and you see everybody fighting with kid toys. I was like, damn, that's so cute. I like that shit.
Yeah, Hawkeye has like a bow and arrow with the little like suction.
Yeah. So if you like the artist and they're doing a variant, hey, go for it.
Go for it. But if you're thinking this is gonna be your ticket to being rich, don't do that.
But for variants, buy them for you. Don't buy them for the value that it's supposed to bring. Because, like I said, people usually go for the originals, the OG stuff.
And I'm a firm believer in you buy comics to read them.
True.
Keep them nice. Don't be all shitty with them. Don't roll them up and stuff. But I mean, read the comics. That's what they're there for. So.
Ain't gonna do no good in the fucking glass cover or whatever.
Unless it's just awesome art.
But for now, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching episode 8, and we'll be back next week with the comics that we just listed, some of those, and a new trade back. So,
you know, if you want to tell us whether we're doing a shitty job or we're doing a decent job, throw us in the comments.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Press that little bell button if you're listening,
so YouTube could be like, they're watching these two fat dudes talk about comics.
Yeah, and also it'll give you some emails to let you know that we have new stuff up, because this is not our only show on Grimworks. But if you do want to email us about these comics, go ahead and email us at citypod88@gmail.com, and in the title, go ahead and put comics, just so I know it's for the show.
True.
But
we'll see you. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Dudes.